Hello guys, welcome to Arhamzi Moments channel. And recently I did my first crocheting project that was related to making a sweater for my daughter Arham, and it turned out really good. And many people asked me to do a video that how I learned it because I didn't know it, but I watched some of the tutorials and it really made me help learning it, and I'll give you the links of the tutorials as well. But still it's a bit difficult for everyone to understand, so I'm going to do a very easy tutorial today of making a scarf, a small muffler scarf, and it will help you understand how it's done. And I will also show you the picture of the sweater that I knitted, and it turned out really good. So let me first tell you the basics of actually what is needed for crocheting. This is my hook set that I ordered online, and it has several hooks. As I can show you here that it has this is 4.5 mm hook, and we have 2.5 mm hook and lots of mm hooks. Well, anyway, I ordered a complete set. I used 5 mm hook for crocheting the sweater for a almost 6-year-old, and it was completely fine. And this normal yarn that's available in the market, I use this yarn for the knitting. There are yarns that have a larger number that are a bit thick, and there are yarns that are a bit thin. So the more the yarn is thin, the crocheting is done for small kids in that, and if it's thick yarn, it's done for bigger people. And same with the hooks. So let's start. So this is the crocheting that I did for the 5 mm for my daughter. It's a sweater. You can see how it turned out. Now I'm going to show you how it's done with a simple line and simple scarf. It's very easy. Today I'm thinking of using I'll use 2 hooks, I guess. One is 3 mm and one is 4.5 mm. I want to do, let's see how it turns out. With 4.5 I'm going to be doing the length of the muffler, and with 3 I'm going to be doing the corners. Now for starting the crocheting, let me first tell you, first take one end of the yarn and make a knot. You need to make a knot so you can start crocheting. I'll just show you how I'm going to make a knot. See, very slowly I'm going to turn it on. It's a small knot, as you can see, like this. Okay, you can use a thicker yarn if you want to crochet for someone big, and small yarn, and the lighter yarn if you want to crochet for someone small. It's better to start with the lighter one. So first you understand it's, now I'm going to take a 4.5 mm this hook, okay, and this hook is like this, as you can see, and I'm going to put the other side in the hook and put the hook inside like this, okay, like this. All right, and then do the same again. See, it might take a bit of time to get the stitches, to get it even. This is the first line. You can see it's like a braid or a ring or something like that. And see, I just need to put the hook here and just get it inside the knot like this. Again, the same thing. Now I'm going to make the length of this scarf. So if you can give me some time, let me finish one side and then I'll tell you how we are going to go about the second pattern. It's just like we do it like this. I'm going to show you. This is one, and then you do another line on the side of it, then third, then fourth, then fifth, then sixth, then seventh. That's how it's made. Alright everyone, now I have finished the length of the muffler. This is actually, you can say, almost the length of the muffler will be a bit more than this one, because I'm going to make the borders also. Might be a 1-inch border or something like that. So this is the thing that I got. I'll just make one more stitch to show you finally that this is a loop, and there is the thread and the yarn. You are going to place the hook inside, roll it, and bring it inside like this, and that's how you do it. Okay, now this is finished. One side is finished. This is the length, I think, which is enough for my daughter's muffler, because there's some kids muffler. So this is, I'll just show you how it's wait a second, let me just show you. Here you can see from here till here, this is the length I have taken. Now I'm going to show you how we are going to do the second line of this. Okay, so it's quite simple. What I'm going to do is I am going to, can you see this? This is one loop, and the knot that is already made, there is another loop over here. So I'm going to put my thread inside, and I'm going to hold the thread. Wait, I'm just going to show you. First, let me show you this. Just make one more stitch, alright? And then on the second stitch, not the same stitch, okay? Not the same stitch, the second stitch, put your hook inside, take the yarn and bring it outside. Now you have got 2 loops. Now what will you do is put the thread inside the hook and bring it to this like this, okay? Now this is going, the second line has started. Now put your hook inside the third knot of the first line, put the hook inside the yarn, take it out. Now you are now you are going to get 2 loops every time, and you have to cover those 2 loops with the yarn to make a knot. This looks difficult, but when you will do it, you will understand how it's done. And if you feel that it's a little bit of problem for you, you can ask me and I can guide you accordingly. Okay, now one loop again, but I'm going to put it here. What I'm doing is I'm joining the first line and also knitting the second line at the same time. Okay, do this, 2 loops, and see. You see, and I'm getting a second line again like this, and got 2 loops, and again this. Okay, now what I'm going to show you is one thing that I like to do. You can see that my hand, I'm a right-handed person. Okay, for left-handed I'll tell you accordingly. Your hook should be on the right hand, and you should always start knitting from right side. Okay, how, and the line that you are knitting should always be on the top. If you are left-handed, you will knit like this, okay? Your hook will be on the left side and the line will be on the top, okay? So I'm going to tell you that when I'll reach the other corner, what I will do. All right, again, you can see here that here is the loop and here is the previous hook, previous loop. I just put it inside. I just making 2 loops, and then I'm going to like this, okay? Now I'm going to finish this side and show you how it comes out. Alright guys, I have finished this second layer. As you can see, now it looks like you can now see the pattern that has started to generate. Previously there was one line, so the pattern was not visible, but this time, as you can see, the pattern is quite visible how it will turn out. Now I'm going to show you one last trick that's really important. Now my second line finished at the left hand side. Now, as I told you, I'm a right-handed person, so it's really difficult for me to start over here and then go all the way back. It's really difficult because I tried it and then I realized that this is one tip that you should know. So what will I do? I'll just flip it like this, inverted, okay? It doesn't matter, I've checked it, it doesn't matter. I crocheted a sweater like that, and you can see that flipping it doesn't matter at all, okay? You see? It really didn't matter anything. So I'm just going to flip it, okay? And now I'm going to show you. And the side that you need to crochet should be on the top. It should not be towards you, it should be on the top, so it's easy. Let me show you one thing. This is the yarn, this is the ball, this is the yarn, and this is the thread, okay? I'm going to take one single stitch like this, okay? And then I will start doing the double stitch joining the second line like this. It goes inside, it goes into the hook, it comes out, and there are 2 holes. Now I'm going to do it like this. Same with the second line. Here you go, here you go, and here you go, okay? And the third line, here you go, here you go, and here you go. Fourth. Don't worry if sometimes the stitch gets a little bit like this. Here you go. Two loops and then single loop. Then if the hole is tight, make it loose with the hook. Go inside, get 2 loops, and then again a single loop. Again, go in the previous loop, get 2 loops, and then a single loop. Okay, this one is done. Now I'm going to go in this one, okay? Get 2 loops, and get a single loop, and done. You see? Now like this, I will make it to the width that I need. When you start crocheting, it is better that you do either a square section or a rectangular section. Don't go to circles or any other shape like that. You can just have the square and the rectangles, and then you can join them in making the sweater or anything. Start with the easiest. The muffler or the scarf is the easiest, so you can start with that, okay? So here I'm going to complete all these lines, and then I'll show you a rectangle muffler or a scarf, and then I'll show you how I'm going to do the borders. Okay, so stay tuned. Alright guys, I have finished this batch, as you can see, and I finished it. It's all done. I'm going to make the borders with this one is finished, as you can see. Now I'm going to just do the border at the top with the same yarn. Now I'm going to use the 3 mm, and now I'm going to, instead of doing like in the lengthways, I'm going to do it in the widthways. Here I'm going to show you a bit so that you may be able to understand. I have put it over here. I'm going to do is like this, and like this. I'm going to put this ring in the other one. Okay. Like this. I'm just testing the loop, this one for the first time, to see how this lesser number just like this, and I'm going to like this. Okay, so I'm going to do it on the whole, and then I'll show you how it turned out. I have finished the bordering. I just did 3-4 borders on both the sides, 3-4 lines of borders, as you can see, and now I'm just finishing it. Okay, now it's done. I'm just going to tie it and then cut it so that it doesn't here is it. You can see this sort of there are the border that I have done, and this is the metal part. This video, and it will help you with the basic knitting if you want to do something like maybe a scarf or a muffler, or maybe a cap or socks for very small kids. So it's a very easy tutorial, and I hope you're going to like it, and please do like and subscribe for Hansi Mommy. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.